crazy.
So how much fun do you have playing this character? He's a little bit eccentric.
A little bit, yes.
A little bit, but I'm sure you have a lot of fun playing him.
I have a blast playing him. It's interesting because Olaf, I'm trying to be as truthful to the source material, the books that the character was written on, and we're creating this world, and so as much as I want to be having fun, unbridled, outrageous, ridiculous fun, it still needs to be within the construct of the world that we've created.
Right.
And so that becomes its own kind of challenge. I feel a bit sometimes like I'm writing music. I'm a composer a bit, because if Olaf is going to have a big, ridiculous scene where he's shouting and shrieking at his hench people here, then it needs to go a different direction for the next few scenes so that it feels more like music and not just like loud noise. But given that, the sandbox with which he's allowed to build horrible sandcastles is pretty gigantic.
I mean, and you just talked about doing music. You've done Broadway, of course, amazing stuff on Broadway. How that background prepared you for this role?
Well, Olaf is supposed to be an actor by trade, and so he's a terrible actor. And I think the only way to feel comfortable playing so grandiose and overt is to have stomped around on a stage or two before and felt that kind of flop sweaty, this isn't going well physicality. And I've done that a fair amount. I did Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and her whole demeanor was failure. You know, she was supposed to be really broken, and so that was a fun part to play, because if I played her too well, meaning if she was too good, then I think she would have been more successful. And the whole premise of Hedwig is that she wasn't that good.
Right.
She wished she had become more successful, blamed that on someone else. And so there's correlations there. Having done that on stage, now back then I have the freedom to stomp around on a stage, on a sound stage instead, and rattle off some bad Olafisms and not feel like a total fool.
What do you admire most about Olaf?
He's relentless. I don't think I have his constitution, in that if I tried to, I don't know, do some kind of scheme and it failed, I'd probably change my plan pretty quickly. I'd change my outlook. I'd realize this is not going to work, let's try something else.
Right.
He doesn't do that.
No.
He just puts on a different disguise from this box, this trunk in the back of his car, and then he's off trying a new whole way. And he commits. He is all in trying to steal these kids' fortune. And you have to admire that just a little bit.
At what age do you let the kids watch your show?
I think the show's probably appropriate for what, 8, 9 and up. Our kids just turned 7, so they watched the first season when they were 6.
Oh my
which
God.
is a little bit young. At the same time, they were on set.
Yeah.
And
so it's a different understanding.
Different understanding. They knew the actors by name, so when they were watching it, it wasn't all freakish new information. They were able to sort of watch it in 2 different ways.
And just process it. And where do we see Olaf go season 2?
Well, Olaf's chasing the Baudelaire kids as per usual, but this time they're moving much more.
Okay.
They've decided it's time for them to take action and to get out of Dodge and to try and evade, as opposed to just be set from one home to the next. Now they're in control, which forces Olaf to work harder and faster and get more furious. Faster and Furious.
Faster and
Make a good
Furious.
movie.
Right, maybe. I don't know. In season 2, you got some great cast additions. Tony Hale, Nathan Fillion. I mean, talk about the new members and how they were.
I like that there's an odd, dark comedy assumption with our show. That everyone that they've brought on from season 1 especially has this sort of, Patrick Warburton, Catherine O'Hara, has a sort of darker mentality when it comes to comedy. So we've continued that for season 2. Tony Hale plays Jerome Squalor, and you can watch Tony Hale do anything.
Right.
Lucy Punch plays Esme Squalor, and she's a British actress who is so funny and ridiculous and it matches Olaf. So it's going to be a big season for her. Nathan Fillion's on it. He's understandably dark and odd.
It's just so odd.
So we keep it going with some great people. Roger Bart, who's a theater actor, is on the show as Vice Principal Nero. Sarah Rue.
You got some hitters.
It's some good ones, man.
I'm excited. I can't wait to watch season 2.
I can't wait for you to.
Awesome. Thank you so much.